my thoughts on Hazed joining NRG. I think it's a really good addition. This is what I said on my first stream. So I think Hazed joining NRG was really good. So this is the game Dan and I casted, and I can tell you that when I cast it, I even said it. I think NRG look a lot better right now with Hazed in-game leading. I mean, this is him in-game leading. From here, it was 6 days ago. And that was a game that we casted, I believe, on Saturday. So 5, 4. He was on the team for 3 days at that point. And they looked way better, especially on Icebox. Just the way they grouped together before their hits, and they didn't really thirst for kills that much. I will say, though, they ended up playing pretty sloppy later on in this tournament. So it could be one of those things where their opponents allowed them to play that way. Because once they ended up playing Pioneers, this series honestly was kind of rough when I was watching it for NRG. This map they could have won, and they should have won. I think this is the one where Thief had so many rounds on this Icebox game where I was just like, what the hell? He had one at Snowman with a Bulldog. It was this round right here, I believe. No, it was defense. It was this round. Yeah. So this round 4, was such a fail by NRG. And that I was disappointed in them for that round. I'll say that. This round literally lost them the game, bro. So they win this. This is their bonus. And then Thief just bulldogs everyone this round. Or they just don't trade him. Maybe he doesn't bulldog everyone, but the way he gets kills is pretty bad. So doing a really good job right now of spreading out. I would say this is kind of bad to lose Hazed right there.
Right, like because they weren't expecting a second player. Critical, playing up
so they
tight.
Get that pick.
Yep.
He gets this kill. That's okay, I guess. He got away.
Crispy shot, so out from Thief's Bulldog and the dismiss.
That should never happen. Like,
Stay alive to get a second, and he does.
And then
Third. Yeah, there it is.
Like this round, I'm not even saying like they tactically did something wrong. It's just very unfortunate that all this happened.
So weak.
That round literally cost them all the momentum and economy in these early rounds, and probably made them lose this map, if I'm being honest. So just poor trading and spacing and working off of one another. But that's not on Hazed in my eyes. So I think Hazed did a really good job in the first tournament. I think Sam is going to probably be one of the duelists to watch in NA. Whenever there's an in-game leader that takes a step back and becomes like a star player on a team, in my opinion, it always worked out. Like the times that had happened in CS when in-game leaders stepped down from in-game leading to play, like just focus on their own play, and then mid-game, so they actually do still have a lot of control in the mid-game, those players always succeeded. And I think Sam is put in that role really well if he plays Jet right now. So I'm really curious to see what NRG does. I personally think Sam is going to have like a breakout couple months if he keeps playing Jet. But there is a lot to be desired when I watch them. I think EU's utility is really good. I think Tex's utility could be better, but his skill is ridiculous. And I think Android looks a little uncomfortable on the Sentinel role, but his aim again is ridiculous. So it's just how well can Hazed get these guys to work together, because it didn't really work very well in the past. That's what it's all going to come down to. I'm a believer in James. Hazed has that veteran presence. He's going to tell you if you like do the CS things wrong, like you're spacing, you're trading, thirsting for kills on ecos, like all of that stuff might get stomped out of NRG really quickly, which is those are some of their biggest problems in my eyes. But let's go on to the team that won this tournament, the Pioneers. So these guys really impressed me. So they picked up a couple new people coming into this tournament, and you can even see they've actually very recently changed their lineup because Jammies didn't play for them here. So JC Stani was in-game leading for these guys. You see Fraud as their coach. So weird. They don't even have like the players that play there. Is it because Governor's just? Or I'm sorry, not Governor. Who am I missing? Oh, we did. Weeded's missing. Okay. Ooh, are they gonna be able to do that buyout though? Anyway, I was really impressed with these guys. Like they had some serious wins throughout this tournament, man. I would love to see we did play with them. That's what I'm really thinking about right now. JC Stani back on like the in-game leader role, playing controllers. He had a really good tournament. I'm surprised they ended up winning, given the fact that JMO didn't have a great event, and being like a jet player, that typically would be a bit of a problem, right? Yeah, so he had like less than 200 ACS, but his first bloods look like they're very good. And they did use him very tactically. Like he was dashing into places quite often. I really like their lineup. I think they have everything they need, right? They have a really good initiator. They have the two duelists, and one of the duelists is willing to sacrifice and play Sage and do like fill roles, which I think is very important. Weeded's willing to play like all these Sentinel style roles, and JC Stunny's your controller. So I really like how all of the roles played out so well in this Pioneers team with all the free agents. I just don't know if they're going to have enough strength to beat like the top teams. They really impressed me though at this tournament. I'm curious what you guys think about these teams. All right, let's look at their run through this bracket. They beat Immortals, they beat TSM Academy, they beat BBG, they beat NRG, and then they beat Knights. Like that's a pretty good run, dude. But we'll have to see how they look in the next event, because now all the footage is out there on them. People know who's going to play where and how their utility worked when they won. And the question you always should have when like a team comes out of like a new team is formed, they just win an event, is are they willing to reinvent themselves? Because a lot of the time teams like that are very complacent because it was given to them so early. That kind of scares me because I have a bunch of young players, but because Fraud is the coach, I don't think it'll happen. That's the clutch addition for the team, Fraud being the coach. Anyway, those are my thoughts on KCP, as well as my thoughts on Hazed.